Hello, welcome to another episode of Paul Plays Infinifactory. On with the puzzles. So, next puzzle is Gneiss chair. Okay, strange starting position. And here we are. So, this is the target. It's a strange half sofa. Who knows what it is. But, quick look up here. We have many of these blocks being produced. And that's what we need. Okay, so on with it. How are we going to do this? Well, what I'm proposing to do is we need 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We need 12 blocks to make it. Welding it may be tricky depending on which pieces we have. So what I'd like to do is get as much of it welded before we get here. So imagine if we had, let's have a look at this now. Say we build it here. This thing here, this sort of boot looking thing, backwards L, if I have that built like that, and I had this piece coming in, there it is, one square before it gets in. If it was coming in this way, so it sort of come in here, I could weld it, and as soon as it gets to this block here, I can have a conveyor bringing the whole thing in. So, but it can't come in. To do this weld, I would need welders there and there. So it can't come in straight. It could drop in, I suppose. It could drop in from one high over, or it would have to come in there, make the weld, and this square would be a conveyor to take it in. So get this backwards shoe L shape made, bring this in, either drop it in here or bring it in around here, slide it in, and then that way. Right, so just looking at this, everything seems to be made from a pair of blocks. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So maybe it makes sense to get them welded into pairs first, before getting any further with the puzzle. So let's try that. So that should give me pairs of blocks. Now I need what did we say? Is it 12? Didn't? Yep, 12 I think. 1, 2, 3. There's 4 over there. That's another 10, and that's 12. Yes, we need 12. So we need 6 of these pairs. So I mean, normally I would count them out, but let's see. See if we could stack them in. See, there's 6. But if I yeah, the problem with 6 like this is it's very hard to detect the 6th one, because there's the 6th one coming into place here, but these other 2 have already been through that square, so it would be some arrangement of an and or something. It's awkward. It's not particularly nice. So see again, 6 stacked like that, but this square, which in theory should be the 6th, but it's the last one to move into this pattern, but this one has already moved through that. So if I do that, now we do have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But this one here, when it lands here, that's new territory. Nothing has been through that before. Let's have a quick look at that one more time. There's 5, and there's the 6th. The 6th appearing here, we can detect that easily with a sensor. No problem at all. So again, it just makes, you know, but by having this sort of pattern, this offset, an odd number, forcing the new one here makes it slightly easier to detect. So what I'm going to do now is push them all forward, and because we're nicely away from the wall here, so where do I have them? I have 3 here, obviously. I have 2 there. Oops. Let me just lock them in place for the time being. Have a look at it. Okay, so this doesn't actually need to be here. And this one could actually be taken out just with a conveyor. And what I'm going to do now is replace that with a pusher. None of these, this sort of 4 or Y type shape there, is connected to anything except the pusher, so it should move freely forward. And this one comes out here, and the detection can be done just above this square here. So put that out. Let's have a 6 there. Let's have some conduit. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here comes the 6th one in. And they're all out. Super. So what I think I'm going to do is, if I weld these 3 together, use this one as the kind of toe of the boot, weld these 2 together and bring them round last, because I really want these to be dragging the way it's designed down here. I need these in last to drag the whole finished item through. So it makes sense I use these as the furthest away parts. This makes a 3 nicely. And there's a toe of the boot. So, without further ado, have they actually... And can I just do a weld like that as it pushes in? And the same with that one, hopefully. Yes, so that's the 4 welded up nicely, that's the 6 welded up, and this one's here. So let's try and keep this up as high as possible. So rather it supported there. So then I'd like this to take a rest. So with a bit of luck, this block is sitting here like this. Well, I can actually run it. There. So what I'd like is for this block to slide in. So it comes here, slides in here. It'll pick up onto that. So as soon as it picks up onto, as soon as this end picks up onto this, it'll start moving that way. We can weld it there and there. So weld above and to the left of that. So above and to the left. I need that there. Oh, hang on. Is this going to block this one when it comes out? Yeah, I can't get that out under there. Maybe plan B. Yeah, that's not a problem, is it? I can bring this in really anywhere I want. Really like that. So then it picks up here. This one, it should be resting here waiting for it. And then any two welders, that or like that, should do the weld. Would do the weld if it actually turned the corner. Or I put them in the right place. That's a bit of a disaster, isn't it? Oh well. So now what's left is to get this guy down to its final position. So I'm just gonna continue on at this height, turn the corner and drop it in. Which won't work because I've left all those guides in, but and again, so I'm going to remove this now. I know where it's going to. It's going to land in there somewhere. In theory, I don't want it pushed any further than that in that direction you saw there. See, sometimes, again, I still haven't absolutely figured out how this works when you have, you know, two sort of contradictory orders. A object that's bigger than one square is sitting on conveyor belts, and one telling it to go one way, one telling it to go another way. I'm not 100% sure of what exactly is the rule, which one takes priority. Okay, so the shoe, the L, it's in place, looking good. Where's this one? What happens to it? If it just comes out like that. Let's reset this. Bring it forward. Bring it down. Will that go under there? No, of course it won't. Why would it? Can I go over it? Right, so. See what happens. It needs to be rotated. There it is. It'll need one behind it to push. It'll then need that. So that'll push it at least as far as that's great. It's too long. Put that on it there and have a look. And there, it's happy. One done. So, I mean, it's not a particularly interesting way of solving the problem. I do admit that. It's a little bit boring. It's probably overcomplicated. I admit that when I was going through it, I had a look at the... It looks like there is probably a very, very clever way. There is some weird combination of twists and jumps and drops that would almost build this shape automatically for you. I can't figure out what they would be. Maybe someone else has. But again, it's done. It's a simple solution. I'm not sure we absolutely need to build the twos first. I like... Well, I don't like, but this is interesting. This is an easy way of counting 6 by being able to spot the 1 on the end just by having a dip in the system to allow me count an even number. I mean, obviously you could count an odd number without doing that, and just save having to sort of batch them all up in a big long 6 the way I'd normally do it. And nothing else particularly interesting. It works. It gets the job done. Won't be a particularly great score on anything, but there you have it. So let's just speed this up. To your left. Yeah, well, I mean, it's a reasonable block score as a first solution, but nothing special. And that was Gneiss chair. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope maybe you found it interesting. Leave a comment, leave a like. Thanks again. Take care.